What's happening? This is Tracy Williams again with this week's Passion Point. The topic I want to discuss about this week is failure. Failure. I mean, just to even hear that word, how it hits your eardrum and goes through your brain, probably brings visions and up in your mind that you probably don't even really want to remember. Past failures, past shortcomings. I've always told people, don't internalize failures. Don't try to hide away or push back your past. Your past can be one or two things. It can be your undertaker or it can be your teacher. Listen again. It can be your undertaker or it can be your teacher. It's up to you. I believe what the saying goes, that whatever doesn't kill us, it makes us better. Now, what that saying doesn't say is what I'm telling you now. You have to make a decision, a quality decision, that your past is not going to be your undertaker, but it's going to be your teacher. You have to make that decision. That's the only way that phrase that I said, that if it doesn't kill you, it makes you better. Because if you don't make up your mind and take that past failure, that shortcoming, that thing that stopped you where you messed up, and look at it, study it, and get all of the information out of it, well, your past will become your undertaker. My history teacher in college, Dr. Bland, said, if we don't learn from our history, then we're doomed to repeat it. And that's a true and a powerful saying. If we don't learn from the history of our personal lives, if we don't go through the garbage of our past sometimes, we will never, ever, ever, ever get better. I mean, it's insane to even think you will. Failure. Failure should be something that we embrace. That's right, yeah, embrace it, because it's always our greatest teacher. As a basketball coach, I've always told my teams when we lose, I said, we might have lost this game, but don't lose the lessons. And it's only when you have a failure is when you're ready or in position to learn anyway. I don't remember anybody learning too much of anything after a win. If you go up to the team that won the Super Bowl and say to them, you know what, we won the game, but I want to talk about that terrible third quarter that we played. They'll probably pour champagne on your head and say, Coach, forget about it. We won the game, But guess what? They lost a lesson, a situation, a teachable moment that they could have learned and gleaned and would have kept their winning ways going on and on. When you can sit back, look at your past performances and see what you did right and what you did wrong. Like I said, never lose the lessons. Make failure a strength for you. I heard Michael Jordan say one time that I want to make failure my strength. I want to make it a strength for me. Failure is a weakness in most people's lives. Why? For this very reason that I'm telling you now. We won't go back and look through it. We won't go back and retrace those steps of where you failed, whether it was at a job, whether it's in your relationships. I remember first time I got cut playing basketball, I was hurt, man. I was like ready to cry. The biggest thing that I wanted to do was get away from these people before my eyes would start welling up. And I missed on something that I don't want you to miss on, is that when they told me that we thought you were good, we thought you did this and did that right, but normally when they say but in athletics, that means you drop the B off the but and put a C there, then that means you cut. Is to, but we're going to have to let you go. And I just remember just great waves of sorrow that came over me and disappointment. I had failed. My dream, I felt like I was a failure. What I should have had done and what I learned later, because I went back and went through that pain, and it's ugly and it's terrible sometimes and it's painful, but trust me, there are gold nuggets there, there are jewels in that, in failure, that will forever change your life. I went back and looked through it, and I should have said a lot of things, but one thing I should have said, okay, I hear what you're saying, Coach, but what do I need to do to make this team? What did you need to see from me that you didn't see this year? Because I'll be back next year and I'll make this team. I always tell people, if you're in the street fighting, somebody beats you up on Monday, If they beat you up on Tuesday, make sure they had to beat you up a different way than what they beat you up on Monday, because that'll show that you've learned from it. The more you learn, the better you're going to become. The more you learn, the more you'll earn. So failure, in conclusion, here's something you can hold on to. I always do this. I take words and I give them Tracy definitions. I disregard sometimes the Webster dictionary or whatever. But here's the new definition for failure. Failure only means to winners. Now, this is for the winners with the winning mentality. Failure only means that we will begin again, but this time more intelligently. I'm Tracy Williams, and this has been our Passion Points for this week. God bless. See you next time.